Ciao, sa Amy Ingwananai. So last week was my husband's birthday and we decided to go somewhere special. So we went to Nantou, and normally when we go to Nantou we go to Sun Moon Lake, we go to Puli, or we go to Chin Chin Farm. Those are the places that people normally think of. There's another place called Xitou. I know a lot of people probably know this place as well, but I had no idea. And also we went to another few little places around Nantou that I'd had no idea about. So I'm going to share those with you today, and you can also share with me if you've been before and what do you think to these places. So we drove down there, which took us just maybe 2.5 hours. A nice easy drive, and when we almost got there we were really hungry, so we visited this beautiful little restaurant we found on Google Maps. What we liked about it was really traditional. They had the real local dishes, so I kind of gathered that in Nantou, around this area in Xitou, maybe it's all of Nantou, I don't know, but they had bamboo shoots, and on top of the bamboo shoots was like stewed pork and then coriander. And we actually did see this at a lot of other places while we were in Xitou, and I hadn't seen it before, so maybe you can shed some light on it. Is that a really traditional Xitou dish? I'm not sure. It had local vegetables and those really little tiny shrimp, you know, the fried shrimp with lots of like spring onions and garlic, and it seems that whenever me and my husband go down south we always seem to see this on the menu, and we absolutely love it. The restaurant itself was beautiful. We had a beautiful view, and also it was just really relaxing. There was lots of fish around, like really literally next to the table they were swimming in a little stream. It was cool. After we'd eaten, we went to check into our little homestay, and it was really cute, and what I liked about it was kind of like a little bit like Jolfun, a little bit like Spirited Away feeling at night. There was lots of lanterns everywhere, and it was kind of like on a hill, and the room had a bath, which is what me and my husband love. That's all we need. Outside they had the little places, you know, where the fish eat your skin on your feet. Oh, I can't take it. I had my foot in the water for like 10 seconds. Not even that, I can't take it. And there was a place to also bathe your feet as well, which was lovely. As me and my husband love hiking, we went on the first day to, what was it called, Xitou Nature Education Area. And it was just a really beautiful place. I mean, there was lots of parking there. What I loved about it was just so big and so beautiful, and even though that day it was really raining and it was a little bit cold, we still managed to find the beauty in the place. I just loved the way that the trees were so straight, and they reminded me kind of Alisan. If you haven't seen my Alisan video, you can check that out. The whole area was just really well signposted, and there was lots of different areas you could see. I mean, there was a beautiful bridge I really loved. Kind of like little coffee shops dotted around, really basic stuff, you know, but enough if you needed a little snack. And there was this beautiful old tree that was obviously a bit had fallen down. It was just, the trunk was left, but it was just stunning, and the size of it actually just shocked me and my husband. And unfortunately there was a skywalk, and I really wanted to go on this skywalk because it was like in the trees and you could like walk as you were in the trees. Do you remember last week there was an earthquake, and because of the earthquake and it being Nantou, a place that's been prone to earthquakes before and damage, that they didn't allow people to go on it that day because they were checking. So of course I was sad, but I was also happy because they were being very safe. So we didn't see the skywalk, but we kind of could see it from the side, and we took a few pictures, which was great. Actually, when we were there was lots of people, like there was a lady on the side of the road selling asparagus, and I'm crazy about asparagus, and I'm also crazy that it's so expensive in Taiwan, because in England you get great asparagus, massive asparagus for a really cheap price. This lady was selling straight out of the ground, loads of different sizes, loads of different thicknesses, different colours even. There was white asparagus, which I wasn't up for trying actually, but maybe I should have tried it. but I bought some at a very reasonable price and I'm very happy. We'd noticed when we got there was like a little village to the side of us at the car park, and it looked like a little Japanese village, and it really was so Japanesey. And yeah, the big sake barrels, there was loads of beautiful little shops, and you could dress in the Japanese clothing, the restaurants were, you know, kind of Japanese themed, and what I thought was so cool was the family mart was so beautiful. There's lots of little things you could buy, and also, yes, they picked up on the idea that it looked like the movie Spirited Away, and you saw a few like no faces, things like that. And what intrigued me was that there was loads of masks being sold there, and I'm still quite not sure to this day why there was loads of masks being sold. Maybe somebody else can enlighten me on this as well. I mean, I've researched, but it didn't really say much on the internet. After we'd walked through this beautiful village, we wanted to go and find a beautiful coffee shop, but it kind of didn't work out because we saw this most amazing, on Google Maps, coffee shop in the mountains, and we drove for like 20 minutes on this mini road, which was horrifying. I think I've never drove on a road that was so tiny in my life, and there was cars coming towards you, but we got there and it was closed. But that's okay, because actually the view wasn't that great. And I also do find that when you do go down south, it's not like Taipei. On Google it says it's open, but if you go down south so many times, you're like, okay, Google says it's open, but it's not open. So I've learned now, whenever I go to a more rural area, before I make the pilgrimage to these areas, I always double check. I've learned now. At night we ate again, so this time we went to another beautiful restaurant, also I found on Google Maps. Sometimes I find that's the best place to look for stuff, and I always care about the reviews. I always look at the reviews. I mean, what I loved about this place was they had like plum tea, which was warm, because when we got there it was cold, so they had this plum tea and it was beautiful. So we ate some local vegetables again, and as it was my husband's birthday, I kind of let him choose more of the dishes. So he always loves the chicken. It's like the cold chicken, and it's like cut with the bones. I'm not a fan of it because of the bones. We had this like fried tofu, beautiful, really beautiful, creamy on the inside, crispy on the outside. It was perfect. Then we had me and my husband's, one of our favourites is the Xitou roll, which is like the salted pork. Oh, it's amazing. Dipped in the like sweet vinegar. Amazing. And the place there sold lots of like their own produce. That they did soap, they did like lots of like canned things and pickled things, and I actually bought some tofu. I bought some tofu. In English that would be like, I don't know, bread. I don't even know how to translate that. I absolutely love tofu. I feel I'm a massive fan of tofu. Every time we go to like a more rural area of like homestay or something, they seem to have this at breakfast, and I just love to put it on toast. Maybe think I'm weird, but it's beautiful. It tastes like pate. So after that we relaxed, went back to our Mingsu, and it was just a lovely couple of days. So actually, if I'm going to be totally honest, Xitou was a beautiful place, and maybe it was because of the weather, it was very cloudy, I didn't see all the views. But I thought we went there for 3 days, it was enough. Sometimes when I leave Nantou, I've been to different areas in Nantou, I feel I just don't want to leave. But the 3 days, the 2.5 days we actually spent in Xitou, I thought we'd seen what we needed to see, and that was fine. And I don't feel like I really want to go rush back there. There's lots of places in Taiwan that I would rush straight back, like would live there. But Xitou is not one of those. Maybe because I think things are really spaced out and you have to drive a long way to get to different points. But I loved Xitou, but I think there'll be other places in Nantou I'd like to try next time. So we didn't just go to Xitou, we also visited another beautiful place, and I must say this place is the place that I could actually live in Taiwan. I never knew it existed, and maybe you guys know about it. maybe not. But anyway, that's for the next video. So if you'd like to check out where we went next and where I actually would love to retire in Taiwan, you can check out next week's video to continue my husband's birthday adventure. And don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. And also I have 2 restaurants. One's in Xinyi, one's in Danshui. We sell really traditional British food. And we also are online, www.britshake.com. And you can find us in Sogo, BR4, in the food court. And we also have a few pop-ups, little stores in department stores around Taiwan, so look out for us.